Hello, I'm Yolanda Vasquez, and welcome to our Annapolis edition of Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me now in the studio is Delegate Charles Sydnor from District 44B. Delegate, so good to see you here in our studio. Hope it wasn't too much to walk across from the State House to make it over here. So the first few weeks of the session, how would you describe it for you thus far?
So far, it's been very active. We've been trying to get some things done, laid a lot of groundwork for some of the bills that I had to put in this year. So I mean, things have been moving. Yeah, they are, and they're going to be moving any quicker as the session goes on. They are now picking up.
Let's talk about this truancy bill. This is interesting because it's affirmative defense for parents.
Right. So the current state of the law is if you're in one of, I think, 8 jurisdictions or 8 counties in the state that have a truancy court, if a parent is charged, now you can be charged and actually get jail time if your kid is truant for a certain amount of time. And so I got a call or an email from a parent and who's being prosecuted in my county. My county was not one of those 8 counties that had truancy courts. And he pointed out the fairness of the law. I took a look at it, got an attorney general's opinion, and what we decided to do is to put in a bill that said that regardless of whether or not your county had a truancy court, this particular defense should be available for you to make. And an affirmative defense is essentially saying, look, judge, I've done X, Y, and Z, and my child still isn't going to school. I've done everything that I can, and I shouldn't be going to jail because my child decided not to abide by what they should be doing. That's what that bill does.
That's what that bill does.
And we had a hearing last week, and I think it was also heard, our cross-filers, Senator Shirley Nathan Pulliam, she had our hearing, and it was one of the, I've never had a hearing like that before, where you saw absolutely no partisanship. Everybody was saying that something needs to be done. Something needs to be done.
Let's talk about this hate crimes bill. This is based on a situation where there were nooses hanging at a high school here in the state. Tell me more about that.
Down in Anne Arundel County. Well, we had a judge that, in spite of what history says about hate crimes, this judge decided to let someone off who hung a noose. And he said, you know, it's up to you, legislature, to fix this. So I reached out to Wes Adams, who was the Anne Arundel County State's attorney, to ask him, what happened? Why is this in the paper? How did this person not get
charged with a hate crime?
Well, he was charged, but just not prosecuted or found liable or guilty. So we worked on a bill to fix what the judge claims to be
the loophole, so to speak.
Right.
You're going to close that up. Okay.
I won't close
Our time is going quickly. Let's talk about this HBCU Equity Act of 2018.
So for more than a decade, the state has been in a lawsuit with a coalition of students and alumni of our HBCUs because of some patterns and practices that the state was engaging in when it came to our HBCUs. The judge found that the state of Maryland was, its practice of program duplication was discriminatory. And so the judge, and this is a federal judge, Judge Blake, back this past fall, passed an order to create a special master and laid out a number of different things that this special master would have to do. That would be great. However, we found out within a month or so, the state decided to appeal this, and so we're saying, you know what, we're going to codify this and try to address it.
And you are working hard, as always, Delegate Charles Sydnor. Thank you so much for coming in and explaining all these issues to us. We really appreciate your time today.
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And that'll do it for this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Yolanda Vasquez. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you again soon.